Hi, it's Erin from SCN, and I am back with another Tech Tip Tuesday to show you a little bit more about Canva. So today I'm going to show you how to use Canva to update your school social media profiles. Now, as usual, you're going to start by logging into Canva. They've got a bunch of great designs, and I know I mention this all the time, but they always have new templates for you to start with. Today we're going to work on a school Facebook cover. So if you go to the Facebook cover template, and hopefully it'll load up for us in just a minute, I'm going to title this, let's title it SCN Facebook. Okay, and as usual, they have a lot of really great templates on the left-hand side here that I could scroll through. Maybe one of those would work for me. At the top, they have ones that are more graphic, and then at the bottom, they give you some options about including your own pictures, having kind of a little smorgasbord of pictures up there if that's more your idea. But today I'm going to show you how to start from scratch. So I'm not going to use anything as far as a template goes for this Facebook cover. So the first thing is I want to think about what are my school colors and school logo and what idea am I trying to portray here. So for SCN, our big colors would be kind of navy blue and a lighter blue and white. So to start with that, I am going to grab a navy blue color. So I do that by just clicking on the color wheel. I click plus to get my custom colors. And if I'm not quite seeing what I want, there we go, that's a nice navy blue. So I'm going to go over here, and if you go to School Communicators Network at scnforyou.com, at the top of our page, our slogan is kind of looking for communication tips, ideas, and insights. Let's play. So I'm going to use that for my Facebook cover. So I'm going to highlight this, looking for school communication tips, ideas, and wait for it to catch up with me here. Ooh, gotta go back a little bit. Insights. Okay, now obviously that's not fitting, but I can always move things around, so I'm going to stretch that out. I'm going to change my font. Let's go to this font. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to center it just because that helps me make sure that everything is centered up here. So I'm going to move this up a little bit higher because then underneath it I want to add the little subheading of let's play. And you know what? I'm actually going to make this all caps too. All right, so I have let's play. And I'm going to try to match this to the font that we have on our website, which this one isn't perfect, but I think this will be pretty similar. I'm going to make it bigger. And then, oops, again, the nice thing is once I've used a color in my template, or I've created a custom color, it automatically pops up right here. So that navy blue that I used up top is already there. Again, I'm going to center this, and this makes it really helpful because Canva gives you these great kind of like guidelines that will show me what I'm working with. So I see that this is now centered above that, and that makes my little OCD heart happy. All right, so I have kind of the basics here, and now I'm going to add in our SCN logo. So if you have a high resolution logo for your school, that's really going to be your best option. So I'm going to do upload your own images, and I have the SCN logo saved onto my desktop, so I'm just going to do choose. That'll pop right up there. I'm going to plug that in. Oops, let's try that one more time. There we go. Okay. And notice it's way too big, so I'm going to make it a lot smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to move it up here. Okay, now this little grayed out headshot is just to tell you this is where your profile picture is going to be. So when you're creating Facebook, and let me just jump over to our school Facebook, our School Communicators Network Facebook page. You can see this is my cover at the top here, and then I have my profile picture right here. So when I'm working in Canva, what this is telling me is don't put anything right here because it's going to be hiding behind your profile picture. Another thing that I've discovered by playing with Canva is that sometimes if this SCN logo gets a little too close to where this profile picture is, it's not going to show it to you. So you have to be a little bit careful. I like to leave a little bit of extra space around here just to play it safe and make sure I have enough room. Okay, at this point, if this looks good, I am going to choose download or link. Now I know there's this Facebook share. I don't want to do that. That's just going to be sharing my graphic on Facebook. It's not going to actually be putting this in as my cover photo, okay? So I'm going to do download or link, and it's going to give me the option like it always does. I want to choose image, which it says is wonderful for the web, so it gives you kind of that tip, and because I'm putting it on Facebook, that's where I want to put it. Again, it's giving me this message, if I use any of Canva's elements, they're $1 a piece, very reasonable. They have some really great graphics if you don't have time to go out there and find the ones that are copyright free. All right, so there we go. That one just popped up. That looks good. I'm going to hop back into Safari. Typically, it'll download on its own, but if it doesn't, you just click download my design and you're good. All right, so now I want to go into our School Communicators Network Facebook page. All right, so once I get to my Facebook page, up here is my cover photo. And when I move my mouse over and hover, you'll notice that it says change cover. So I'm going to do upload photo. And it should be in my downloads, and it's called SCN Facebook. So I'm going to scroll down. And there we go, SCN Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to choose that. And that will pop it in right there. Now notice I even left a little extra space around here, but it's still a little tight around that profile picture. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then all I have to do is click Save Changes. And it's good to go. Okay, you'll notice they create kind of a nice little shadow. And you might need to play around a little bit. So the School Communicators, that's hovering over the Let's Play, but I can still get the message and understand what it's trying to say. That's all I have for you this week. Stay tuned next week for a little bit more about how to use Canva and social media. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.